Good morning and welcome to Intuitive Tarot with Kiara. How are you? Today we are going to be talking about retrograde. Today's the first day, some general energy, general messages. But remember, I like to give you homework, and also this channel speaks to energy, not signs. So energy can be on people, places, circumstances, events. Just because the sign is moving around us based on calendar dates, the characteristics of the energy are still going to be with us, okay? So today is the first day of this particular Mercury retrograde. We usually have 3 or 4 a year. They're usually about 28 days. And today's challenge is going to be what? Where's your Mercury? Because Mercury is associated with the sign of Gemini and Virgo, which we're in Virgo season. So it should be in a very at-home place. It should be somewhere where it can really do its job. And it seems like it would be in a really heightened energy because Virgo is already an analytical energy, a researching energy. It's already a strategic energy, and you add in Mercury's function, which is communication and data collection, research, then it should line up, right? Virgo is also ruling the 6th house, which talks about your hidden enemies. So again, behind the scenes things and subconscious things, I think, because we can always pick up on vibes. Remember, energy of things that like us, don't like us, feel good, don't feel good, and also your health, your physical body. So to speak to that, what provoked me to even do this reading myself is, if you notice a little quick change of scenery, I myself went crazy yesterday with feeling like I needed to not just clean and deep clean like I typically do, but it's like a spring cleaning vibe, even though we're in, August. So I wanted to move everything out of my office, actually bug spray, scrub down the baseboards with a toothbrush, bleach, shampoo the carpet, take down the drapes, wash them, let them air dry, spray the window sills inside and outside. And now everything is drying up, and I'll move everything back over, and I've already started in the living room. So it's very interesting because that's what I'm talking about. It's not just, oh, look what I found here, or oh, I'm gonna clean up. This is like, no, I'm going to move out and move back into the space, okay? So you got detox energy, boot camp energy. So you could be joining a group to do this, or this is a great time to find like-minded people, because a lot of people are doing things like that. Remember, the energy of Virgo is upon all of us. Mercury retrograde is upon all of us collectively. So it should be easier for you to find support and collaborative efforts right now when you're doing that. Homework, which I definitely was talking about heavy in the last video. You need to gravitate towards energy workers, spiritual practitioners, people in general that provide you with information, people who teach you how to fish so that you can eat forever, not people that feed you to get you to come back, to get you addicted to being in this one place at this one time. What happens if something happens to them or their service, their network, or they have a change in path? Now they're leaving you empty instead of giving you jewels and gems and information to be able to pave your own way. Natal charts could be very huge right now. People have been calling constantly saying, how do I get my natal chart? How do I get my natal chart? You need your time of birth, and you can go to a website, just type in natal charts. Astro Denist, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's Astro Denist. You can they have a plethora of information, but they have natal charts. So I personally started to get the time and dates that my family members were born, printing those out, getting them in a binder so that I can start researching and connecting with their energy, giving them better advice and direction based on their individual charts. Birthdays could be important. A lot of us know that their birthday is in this month, but really starting to think about, oh, your birthday is around this time, and reflecting on, have I celebrated it? What did I get you last time? What do you like to do? You could also be in a very generous energy, like, you know what, I'm going to do this for someone's birthday, even if it's way in March, but just starting to think about celebrating people and appreciating them because of some form of nostalgia. Origin is a really good topic that's up right now. Origin, your ancestral origin, how you got to this place, to that place, what started the conversation, started the movement. Vision boards, minerals, vitamins, library energy. That energy of wanting to curl up and be cozy and just read or just watch or just review or just chat about I'm hearing like, basically I'm hearing and seeing like cousins or siblings who get on the phone and they're like, you know, what's mommy's birthday? What time was mommy born? And it's like, I don't know. I think she was born in May. Well, she told me this or she told me that. Well, you know, daddy was born at this time, or papa this, or, you know, like really getting into those conversations, getting into their backgrounds of your family. The backgrounds of your family and their family. You know, well, Nana told me this. Well, you know, we have a cousin over here. Origin, vision boards, minerals, again, water readings. Okay, so you want to go back to the reading specifically. I know on my channel for sure, because I've already done this myself, but you may be able to do this on other people's channel as well. You want to go back 5 to 6 months ago, because in the midst of this retrograde, we're going to have that full moon in Pisces. So that's going to be at the end of this month. So within the next couple of days, we'll be in that energy, and that cycle is closing up. If you want to go back about 5 months ago, I've already started watching the readings on my channel that say 5 months ago, and I've been watching them up to date. But this time I'm watching them with a journal, because it's this energy of you have to go backwards to go forward. In the last 5 or 6 months, you've seen and learned so much. At the time, it may not have made sense, or it may have seemed overwhelming. But now, if you watch it again, not only should it be more relevant because time has passed and the energy is catching up, but you actually can say, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Interestingly enough, 5-6 months ago, when I was doing the readings with the new moon in Pisces to match this full moon in Pisces coming up, I was actually in this same room, and I had boxes packed up all around me, and I was doing the minimal challenge, which says that if you pack everything up in your house, what do you go and dig out? How long do those boxes sit there? How do you carry on your life without the stuff in those boxes? That shows you how important that stuff is. It shows you how needed that stuff is. It shows you if you're a hoarder or not. Because if you can sit here with your house packed up for months, that stuff don't even matter. You got the essentials out immediately. Weeks went by, and the things you were going to think about, you thought about. Over time, you start saying, what's in that box? Garbage. Review collected data. Again, that's just this, you know, getting those notebooks out. Like, I'm a real estate broker by trade. I've taken a ton of classes, and in those classes, I'm taking notes. I can't even find them notes anymore. I literally was just updating my real estate website and was like, oh yeah, I'm 1031 exchange trained, and I have FERPTA knowledge. Where are those notes? I have like 10 pages worth of notes. Let me go find those and, you know, review them for, you know, some frequently asked questions, or just like another downloadable PDF for sellers to put on my website. Well, which notebook is it in? Because I took a ton of classes. That's what you're doing now. Grandparents could be extremely important now. Photo albums. And then a lot of you could be interested in your past life right now, or your South Node energy. Where did you come from? Why do you struggle with this or that? That's what's popping up right now. That's what's prominent today. I'm super excited. I think it's also interesting because right now we're entering in the fall in September. That autumn, I don't think it's the solstice, or it's the equinox. Spring equinox. It might be equinox. Autumn equinox. Half and half. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Because it'll be the same time in the morning and the day. So we're getting closer to autumn, that balance, September 21st, up around there, which is the end of the rise and fall of stars, you know, entering out of Libra, or going into Libra season and entering into what? It's that Libra justice energy, that balance energy. And as we do so, there is a huge energy of releasing, but also revisiting things too. It's a final testing energy for us all to have a collective restart. And I say that because even now you're hearing about new strands of health concerns that we thought we had already visited and took care of. Well, here comes a new strand. It may not be much different, but it has to be different because you're different. But do we remember the things that we did a couple years ago to be healthier, to stay safer? The minerals that we took, the regimens that we had ourselves on health-wise, Virgo season, 6th house energy, retrograde, something we've already done before that's revisiting us, revisiting our genetics, origin, grandparents. We just kind of hit it all, you know. Is this something that it affects people differently based on what? Their genetics, their origins. So you want to ask more questions about Nana and Papa and their parents and our ancestry to know more about how your body works, 6th house, Virgo, to see what's hidden, genetic issues, triggers, underlying concerns. It's all here. That's what we're dealing with, which makes sense why we had detox, boot camp, minerals and vitamins on here with the research and the family and the origins is giving, okay? To do this energy, y'all know I like to go energy and not science, because remember, everything has a vibe. Everything has an energy on it. You know, people will say, oh, Christmas is in what? December. Capricorn energy. Christmas ain't Capricorn energy. Capricorn energy is work. Not sit by the fire and roast some oats and hug. No, that's more Cancer. But Cancer and Capricorn share energy for one. Two, that's more Aquarius, which is co-ruled by Saturn, which is what? Family, social groups, fun. Leo energy, games, competitiveness. So here we are in Christmas in Capricorn season, experiencing a harmony of all these different energies. But the collective one is what? Capricorn, which is what? We're working. Are we? So it's like things for us to think about. A lot of Capricorns around Capricorn seasons are not participating in a lot of festivities, or they dropping off and keeping on rolling because for some reason, as a Capricorn around Capricorn season, I get really, really, really reflective. Like, what's next? You know, strategy and planning. But that doesn't mean that those other energies are not happening around us and we're not being affected differently depending on what? Your natal chart. So this is collective, but I pulled everybody out here. So I got all 12 signs out here already. I did not clarify anything, nor have I really glanced at this at all, because my mind was already over here on the collective message and I wanted to stay in that space. But just looking at us all together collectively, I see a lot of what we just talked about, a lot of freedom here. You got flying free, that's out here. You got simplifying your life, that's out here. You got letting go, that's out here. You got renewing your life, that's out here. So before I even break down each sign and elaborate the energy, I'm telling you now that there is this big energy of waking up and letting go. It's the new version of yourself here because you're reflecting back on yourself. It's like you yourself can see how much you have changed, especially and around your health, your 6th house, your communication. A lot of you will look and say that, you know, you're more private. It's something that I see, or that you're more chatty, depending on where you're coming from. Some of you are proceeding softly here, not speaking as much. Some of you are sharing of yourself. You're speaking more. But this is where you look back. I feel like a lot of people are also looking at you and saying, oh, Kara, you talk a lot. Well, now they're like, what's wrong with you? I don't talk as much as I used to. I've changed a lot just because of what? Time, experiences. I'm still chatty with those that I want to be chatty with. I'm very chatty on this channel. But other than that, I'm very observant. I'm quiet. I choose who I want to speak to wisely because I'm making sure that my energy and my information is not misguided, misplaced, or misused here. Aries energies here, receiving from angels. So there's this energy of sitting. I'm seeing Aries energies just kind of sitting and just being blessed here. There's a gifting energy here. I've been talking about that for a while around the energy of Aries. A lot of people say, oh, I dealt with an Aries and they were XYZ. You were dealing with them in a romantic sense, so you need to check their moon sign. You wasn't dealing with their mask. They took the mask off for you. What you found underneath that was their moon sign, their Venus, maybe 4th house energy. Because what I'm seeing here with this Aries energy, the baby of the zodiac, is that you're being blessed. You're being gifted. You're being protected here, sheltered right now. A lot of you all could also be pregnant wherever you have this Aries energy. Listen to what I said. You could be pregnant wherever you have this Aries energy. If you have this Aries energy in your money house, you could be pregnant with what? Finances. If you have this around your 8th house, you could be pregnant with what? An increase in leads or contracts. If you have this Aries energy in your 7th house, your moon sign, you could be pregnant with a child. Listen for energies and not signs. Let's do our homework. After Aries is Taurus, emerging from grace. There's a surrender energy here. There is there's a defeat here. But this is also knowing that you gave something your all. You did your absolute best here. And it's like in the shadows of death, there is evidence of a new cycle because there's tadpoles in this. So your new cycle is not necessarily upon you. It's still incubating, but you know that the end is near. The new cycle is near. The tadpole is here, will soon turn into a frog and it will leap. But for now, there's nothing else that you can do. Right up under it, and the scorpionic energy is accepting what it is. This is scorpionic energy. This reminds me of the world card, which is a fixed sign, which is fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. That's exactly what this is. I open my soul to grace. This is like, excuse me, universe. I did what I did. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. Taurus energies are like, look, it is what it is. I did my absolute best or my absolute worst. And whatever I get, I got. And this is where I'm at with it. Gemini energies, look at the twins here. With the mending bridges. This is a blending of oneself right now with this flying free down here below it and the Sagittarius energy. This is a blending of oneself. A lot of Geminian energies, they say, are two-faced or two people. I don't necessarily think it's two people. Gemini's Mercury communication, they flip back and forth really quickly from one concept to another. And for the average person, it's like, what? How did you do that and that? Their multitask skills are amazing because their mind, their synapses is quicker. But right now, Mercury's retrograde, they may be more wholesome in their communication, more one mind tracked right now, wherever Gemini is here. Wherever you have that, if you have it in your home, you may be tunnel vision on doing X, Y, Z, where usually you're at home working. Right now, you may be like, I'm at home, I'm at home. When I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm with you, I'm with you. Whereas in the past, when Mercury's direct, where if you have this, you may be multitasking and bringing other areas and spaces inside and outside, mutable energy that moves of a concept here. And then there's Cancer here with this cornucopia energy. Thanksgiving looks good. Christmas looks good. There's a birthing energy here. My dreams are coming true. Could be feeling really lucky here. With this flying free in Sagittarius, luck, Sagittarius. So there's something that could be released to you right now. Expanding for you right now. Where you just feel lucky. Flying free here, something could be being released to you right now. With this cornucopia energy. You can see the evidence of it around Thanksgiving. Which is heading into what? Sagittarius season. So this is telling me right now that you could be getting a notice of something. Something's on notice for you. But it's going to come out. It'll be full-fledged. It'll be wrapped up around that time. You may have been told now that you've been selected for an event. Or there's a check in the mail for you that they should be cutting around this time. A case should be wrapping up around this time. Manifesting my dreams here. Manifesting is something that is still in process. Manifested means it's complete. Manifesting means it's loading. My dreams are coming true. We're not there yet, but we can definitely see the finish line here. We're in the last trimester. Something else I just heard, 4th quarter, which makes sense again. Cancer ruling the mother, the doula, with this Aries energy over here. You could have placements in those signs where there's a gift coming out here. Receiving from angels. When you're in the final trimester, the final stage here, it's even the baby itself doesn't just pop out. It crowns first and then the rest comes out. So there's this first sign of something birthing out here wherever you have this, wherever you've nurtured something here, whatever this dream was. And then you have Leo here with the letting go energy, Piscean energy that I'm seeing over here with these two fish. Cancer energy also. Moon energy is what I'm picking up. Emotions really is what I'm seeing that you're letting go. But what's interesting with this energy of this letting go is that you've had in the past. Interestingly enough, as I was reviewing and reflecting on these energies, like I told you all, watching past readings, I saw that with the wait is over and the invasion of privacy, Leo had the Ace of Cups. 2 different days, 2 different readings, same spread, same energy, same card. 2 different decks. The Ace of Cups. This is you letting go of a lot of emotions, and it's like planting that seed of what's left here. Letting go of wanting to follow or lead. This is a steel energy here, but this is like, what's that card? Wee Woo. There's a card in one of these decks that talks about how the streams shape and erode the landscape naturally over time. If you just let it do its thing, it'll make its way. Definitely picking this up here with this letting go here. Well, what's the opposite of Leo? Aquarius, which is proceeding softly. There's a mute energy here. It's not a hard stop, it's a soft stop. This is the energy of a car just running out of gas and you just slowly pulling over. And now what? Well, I'm hearing like a Uber that runs out of gas. Well, now what? Y'all got 2 different obligations here. The Uber driver has to stay with the vehicle and get it back on the road, but the passenger can just call another Uber and keep going. This is a parting of ways. There's a splitting here. I'm also seeing these 2 here. 2 fish, 2 people merging here. Geminian energy here. So that's also giving me more what? Concise thought pattern here. One thing, okay? I do feel like you're having to be clear, like you may have to ghost or be clear about a separation here. Or you may have to just stop talking to them or go somewhere else and really show that you're with yourself, because someone could be following you or people could be asking you what's wrong. Nothing is wrong. During this retrograde, you're just emptying out a lot of things. You may wake up and just decide you don't want to do things anymore. After Leo is Virgo, sharing of yourself here. So it's interesting because I said we have to go back to go forward. So over here in this Virgo energy, we have this forward movement, this forward energy here. It's like a running energy, a rushing energy here. You're not in typical Virgo energy. It's something that I'm seeing here because it's a zebra. A zebra never changes its stripes. So it's like you looking different, but it's you. It's you. And with this energy during this retrograde, you are the one that is being chatty and communicative, and you're moving around because you're the one doing all this stuff, or all of us collectively are doing this stuff. We're in motion. It's just not the typical. It's a pause type energy. So if you are typically one to be like, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta go to the gym. Well, this time you're going hard and stretching yoga for a minute. You adding more rest days in. Renewing your life. You're adding a different regimen in. So you're still working out. It's just a different routine. You have to go back to go forward. Thinking back, how did that regimen, those vitamins, benefit me as an individual and my age and my gender, of my origin, with my ancestry? Has that been working with me? With me, not for me. Has that been working with me? Or do I need to switch it up? Do I need to try something different? Do I need to switch out this lotion and add this one in here? Has my hair texture changed? Has my skin become drier as I've gotten older and progressed? Are the stairs still good for me at my age? Is there something I can alternate in? Is water aerobics still going to be good for me as this new strange strand of whatever comes in, and I need to be more mindful of my health and my body and my pores? That's what this is with this clutter here, renewing your life with the Virgo energy out here, because this is Pisces energy. It's like you intuitively just knowing that there's a change that needs to take place, but you're on it. You're on it. That's the thing. Just because something is retrograde, going backwards, doesn't mean it has to be going slow. Just because you're reviewing something, you're criticizing something, analyzing something, doesn't mean that you have to be doing these things in slow motion. A lot of people think that retrograde means we're going to go slow. What are you doing? You finna play that? Did you brush your teeth and wash your face? Did you do 10 jumping jacks? Put that game down. Sorry. So typically I'm in my office. So now I'm in the living room and she down here getting Connect 4. And I'm like, what? I homeschool. That's why my kids are here. But I'm like, what? She just woke up, y'all. So I'm like, nah, man. You play Connect 4 after you do some, workout regimen. That's important to me. I just mentioned it to my kid. Like, did you at least do 10 jumping jacks? You brush your teeth, you wash your face. We're adding in some type of movement to our morning regimen, and that's what this is, sharing of yourself out here. You could be joining a group, a team. You could be sharing information with people here that says normally it was just brush your teeth, wash your face, deep breathe, journal any dreams, and get started in your day. Now it's like brush your teeth, wash your face, deep breathe, journal, jog, walk, crunch, and then start on your day. You have to get that physical aspect in. This whole going back, thinking back, is to go forward. Then you have Libra here, savor and pleasure here. So this is interesting because with this receiving from angels, Aries and Libra vibe here, they share the same energy. Libra is in a very much energy of self-love here, which makes sense here because some gift is being expanded here. So wherever you have Libra in your chart could be fun. It could be fun right now because you've been through enough now. I'm getting the energy here wherever you have Libra in your chart that you can look back at something. Like, it's easier and it's more enjoyable now because you can lean on your experiences. You've seen it before. You've heard it before. You've done it before. So you know things to be true or false quicker. Your discernment is on 10. And you're able to do more and be blessed more. Remember what I said, you could be receiving what? Say this is 8th house. You could be receiving more contracts. Why are you receiving more contracts? Because this Libra energy over here says that you've already did 100 real estate contracts. So when someone comes and says, I have this situation going on, you're like, oh yeah, I've done a ton of those. Boom. You can get that done quicker, get to the next one quicker, get more referrals quicker, and you're just enjoying yourself now. It's no stress here. It's no strain here. Whatever you have to do. If this is your 4th house, you could be playing more music, lighting more candles, just fresher around the house here. This is also giving me the energy with this Libra energy of going in your closet and pulling out the things you haven't worn in a while. I also feel like Libra energies are getting ready for fall early. So you could be looking at decorating your home. And also I'm seeing like red flowers, red silk roses specifically. It's just that this is really vibing to that Venus energy right now. Because you deserve it is what I heard. Wherever you have Libra, even if this is your office, you could be being more festive at the office. It's not so stressful at the office anymore because you've been here, you know what to expect, and now you can start to focus on the pleasure of it all. We talked about Scorpio already with this Taurus energy, vibing out here, accepting what it is, relaxing, letting things go. There's a transformation, death and transformation out here. Right now is when you could be seeing most of all how things are different. Now that you go back to look back, there's nothing there, is what I just heard between this Taurus and Scorpio energy. Now that you look back, wherever you have Scorpio on your chart, now that you look back, there's nothing there. The future is in front of you. And you can see that with that top pole energy here with this Taurus energy. You did your worst or your best or whatever. You gave it your all, and it is what it is. Look, accepting what is. It's just done. So let's go there. Say it's a relationship. Say you have a Scorpio moon. All of your relationships are wrapped up. There's no loose strings. There's no exes. There's no potentials. Your future is wide open. Your heart is mended here because you did your worst, your best, whatever. I also just heard the 5 stages of grieving are complete. You kicked, you screamed, you've done everything. You tried to get your lick back. You opened your heart. It's done. Say these are contracts. This job is over. This career sector is over. It's not an issue anymore. If this is a home, it's over. There is no more home. You don't have to worry about mortgage and rents and whatever. Maybe you're facing what? Maybe these people right here are facing homelessness now. They don't have that problem anymore. Maybe they're going to live with a sibling or something, a family member. They don't have that problem anymore. Also, this energy could be the ones that are passing away right now. emerging with grace here. They could be what? Taking their final goodbye. World energy. Next cycle here. We can see that here. Death and transformation. Makes sense. Scorpionic energy. So that means that what? This won't be a problem anymore. If you got it in your friendships sector, you don't have to worry about that anymore. The transportation sector, you don't have to worry about that anymore. This stuff is wrapping up. Sagittarius here, flying free. This is a quitting energy here with this mending bridges. This is a quitting energy. This is a huge, I don't think it's a surrendering energy. This is giving me the energy of something or just moving on. Saving yourself the heartache, the heartbreak of having to get, I feel like whatever you're leaving, you don't want closure. You gave yourself closure and you're just agreeing to disagree, or you're good with what you got and it just is what it is. So say you have Sagittarius where your workhouse is. You're leaving the job. You're not putting your notice in. You don't care about none of that. I feel like there's a residue here where people will understand. With this mending bridges here, one mind, one thought, there's no more confusion, there's no more this or that. I heal rifts. I'm a mender. You done did what you was going to do and you're out. So even if this is your workhouse, you and your manager could have been arguing for months, and this is that time that you just don't come in. You found something else and you don't owe them an explanation is what I'm hearing. This is your love life. You don't owe them an explanation is what I'm hearing. This is also finally pulling the trigger energy, and it just is what it is. You could have been making a lot of threats here. Something's being executed here. Finally, you could have been of two minds about something, or people thought you were of two minds. Well, they're about to find out what you chose, because you dipping out. And this is giving me the energy too that you're taking the option that is far left. I talked about that before in the Gemini energy, which makes sense now. This is a husband and wife who have been, threatening to divorce each other forever. Well, they finally divorced. But how someone thinks it's gonna play out, oh, they probably gonna do this and call them and stay over here while this going on. Somebody doing something that's just out of the box here. Jupiter. Expansion, gifts, lottery. This is like, what? No, they done got a whole nother place. They moving to Mexico. Argentina, they gone. You're like, well, they probably not. Or they, you think you can keep in touch with somebody. This is your romance sector here. This is giving me the energy of somebody that's like, oh, it's going to be me or her. There's a whole nother option I don't know about. Sagittarius is about to shock the world. That energy is about to shock the world. See where you have that in your chart? I'm picking up big Uranus, whatever. Big Uranus energy here, because that is a shock. It's a change. And I know it's supposed to be going retrograde too. But that's where we're going to see it hit the most. I'm picking that up. I feel Gemini and Sagittarius energy. And I don't know where it is. I would have to look. But that's why I'm feeling they're going to be impacted. Capricorn, simplifying your life. Why? Because you got new stuff coming in. You don't have to do something anymore because it's done. So wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, for instance, say you were pregnant. Simple. You don't have to do the pregnancy stuff. You can drink again. You can smoke again. You can get rid of all that stuff because you're done with it. This is also outgrowing clothes, outgrowing shoes here. You can get rid of it because you don't need it anymore. Say you put yourself on a strict regimen because you were sick. You beat something. Something's in remission. It's something else I'm picking up with these. You could tell that something, it should be gone shortly. Things will be different around Thanksgiving, Sagittarius season. Flying free. It should be gone. Totally different here. Makes sense because this energy is where it has to this simplifying life. I cherish the simple pleasures. I just need the bare minimum. Full energy because I'm finna go. Funny as hell. Full energy is what? Aquarius, sometimes Aries, but I'm thinking Aquarius, and that is ruled by Uranus and co-ruled by Saturn, which is what? Capricorn. And if I look over here at Aquarius energy proceeding softly, this is a goodbye. told y'all during Leo season, you could have started parting away from someone. And I also told people you're going to see the evidence in Virgo season. So in Leo season, you up and disappeared collectively. Y'all just stopped doing something or started doing something, and people know that, but they don't know why. Why'd you start going to that gym? Why'd you start dating that person? Why'd y'all break up? They knew y'all broke up and they just let it sit there. But then Virgo season, people going to find out why. Because it's over now. It doesn't matter. This simplifying your life here with this cornucopia energy out here, it's like, oh, I'm gonna need a bigger house. Let me pack this up, you know. Oh, let me clean out my car because I'm gonna get a new one. That type of energy. It's interesting. I'm gonna need a backyard. I'm gonna start horse farming. Like, what, horse farm? Yes. So I'm out. That's exactly what I'm picking up. Wherever you have Capricorn in your chart. If you have this around your relationships, this is boundaries. This is big boundaries here. Stop before you make the sound again, please. See, it's that's crazy because this retrograde during Virgo energy, during this season, you're gonna not mind saying what needs to be said because you should have said it a long time ago. Sharing of self. It's like, oh, and another thing. And by the way, I never liked that. I never agreed with that. I never wanted that. And oh, don't do this. That one time you did this, and it's going to be a lot of people thinking, wow, you just bringing everything up. That was a Libra reading. Bringing it all up. That's what this is about, though. Aquarius energies, you have proceeding softly here. So this is not giving any explanation. Because with this Leo season, this Leo energy here that vibes together, you don't feel like you owe anybody anything. You don't fool with them anymore anyways. This is also letting the work speak here. My inner power grows in moments of quietude, more meditating, more sleep here. Your dreams could be way more vivid. It's also giving Alice in Wonderland energy. So you could really be in your head. It's giving me 9 of Swords, 4 of Swords energy. Going down that rabbit hole. And see, that type of anxiety, I'm being called to tell you now, that type of anxiety may not be bad right now. If you feel anxious to read something, think something, I need to know. 9 of Swords energy. 4 of Swords energy. Your spirit guides could be communicating with you. By the way, that's 13 swords. Death and transformation. Because it's something that you need to what? Accept. It just is what it is. By the way, Aquarius is a fixed sign. Just like I said, this gives world card energy. Taurus and Scorpio, Leo and Aquarius. Whatever's being let go is gone. Nothing else to talk about. Nothing else to go back on. If you have some type of anxiety for some type of closure, information, research, data, we're in a season for it. Go get it. The energy is conducive for you to find that information right now. This is also, I feel like Leo and Aquarius are giving themselves closure because the information is so right there. It's nothing to talk about. The evidence is right there. The anxiety is pulling you to look at it. And that's it. And that's it. I think if you, oh, so-and-so might be cheating. Well, someone pops up delivering a baby. It's nothing to talk about. It's retrograde season. Makes sense that exes will be popping up with information. Not just your ex, other people's exes could be popping up with information. Because they know about you, or they were in competition with you, or they're popping up to let you know I'm still here and I just had a baby. Leo and Aquarius is just like, well, there's nothing to say to that. It is what it is now. I fought, I hung in there, I did my best. It's time for me to go. If this is your work, same thing. This is an ultimatum energy here, and there's nothing to think about. You pick and you go. Fork in the road energy. 2 of Swords energy. You can get with this or that, which makes sense because you got these 2s out here. 2s out here. Geminian energy. You're going to have to get one-minded and make a decision here. Because flying free and proceeding with softly, both energies are stuff that need to be let go. This is collective. And lastly, with Pisces here, just renewing your life. This is that same energy of, I don't need this. I'm hearing, I want the money. Cars and the clothes, I suppose. Successful by Drake and Trey Songz. Not anymore. Not anymore. You don't like what it came with. I am an incredibly generous being here with the Virgo energy. It's like taking stock of everything that you got and realizing that it ain't even worth it. It's not even what you wanted. I thought I was going to have to do all this clarifying, and no. This is the energy of having a good run. Something else I'm seeing out here with this Piscean energy. There's a cycle that's closing. This is also giving me the back. What is that at the end of a book when they go 19 years later or 3 months later? Like that's this energy right here in this Piscean energy, this Virgo energy. That's what this is that we're wrapping up. So Leo season, we had a storyline, plot, boom. Now we're like seeing the aftermath of it, you know. They saved the world. But what happens right after they kill the bad guy? That's this energy here. We're going to get a glimpse of the new cycle in Libra season. But this Virgo season, it's retrograde here, the next 28 days, the next 30 days, the next month or so. That's what we're doing here. This is the end of the movie, the end of the series. Just seeing here with this Piscean energy. That's Seven of Cups energy, but you're sorting. Seven of Pentacles energy. What do you actually need and not need? This is what I have for y'all right now. Super exciting. I'll review those messages again. See how I'm going back to go forward? Because now that we've done that, maybe these will hit different. Detox, boot camps, homework, natal charts, birthdays of your family, your friends, origin stories, vision boards, minerals and vitamins, library energy. Go watch the readings from about 5-6 months ago, because it would be the equivalent of me reading this at the beginning of the video. The last 6 months was the video. Now let's rewind it back and revisit it again like we're doing now to see if it hits differently. Get a journal while you do it, because you need to take and extract the information that is imperative to you. Because guess what? There's more after this. We just wrapping this cycle up. Back to go forward. Put the info together. Make it add all up now. Make it make sense. You got enough Scooby Clues. Review the collected data. Grandparents. Photo albums. Past life. And South Node energy. Any advice, spirit? Anything else at all that you would like to say? Ooh, I love y'all. Y'all keep me so together. No. Judgment and the Nine of Wands here. There's nothing else to say. The choice is yours here. You can get with this or that. You're here. You're going to have to walk through this little session here to get to the other side here. Capricorn energy with these heels here. You're going to have to go do the work here. You're going to have to fight for yourself. Stand up for yourself. You're going to have to go through this. There's nothing else that I can provide for you. Bottom of the deck. Nine of Pentacles. Virgo energy. It's just time. You have the energy that you need from the universe. You have the information that you need to make it make sense in the matrix. And now it's time for you to activate the Emperor. Take control of your own life. You're your own authority here. I love y'all. Links to personals is in the description below. And until we meet again, keep growing.